Okay, I'm going to show you how I cook, or excuse me, how I clean my cast iron skillet, which I cook with like dang near every day. Just finished some bacon and eggs, scramble. But it works on underneath the hamburgers, anything. And so the skillet's still hot. And so I pour some warm water on it. Now see how it floats all that oil up? And lower the solids that we don't want. Pour a little more. And then I'm going to go over here and I put down paper towels in the sink because I don't want any grease going into my septic, and you shouldn't do this on a city system either. So I'm going to take my pan. I'm going to have to do it one-handed while I hold my phone. And sometimes I give it a little agitation, like pan and gold. And then kind of slowly pour it over the paper towel. So that catches all the solids. And then I turn on the hot water. I already got it hot. And then I just take a gentle nylon brush and knock all the parts off. And that right there, almost clean. There's a little bit on the corner right there. That's all it takes there to get that clean, but we're not done yet. And a little bit of egg stuck on right there. Alright, and then I put it back on the burner, which is usually still a little warm. I turn it up to about 80% or so. Grab another paper towel. Wipe down the water. Put that on high so it can go a little faster. So I wipe down the water. And then what I'm going to do here is wait a little bit. It might take about a minute or less. Until I start to see steam coming up. Just gentle steam. And that's the water that's sort of embedded in the porous cast iron evaporating out. And then once I start to see the water, the vapor coming out, I turn it off because the mass of the cast iron, it's still going to stay hot and get that water out. And then, I think for this video, I'm not going to wait to see the teeny little bit of vapor, and it's hard to see anyway. And then after that, I let it cool, but not all the way. When it's still pretty warm, like halfway cool, I take some lard. Hold on a second while I scoop this. This happens to be homemade lard from pig I raised. Super easy to make, and you can buy fat off a butcher for like dirt cheap. You can also use olive oil. And when you put it on, when the pan's warm, it thins the viscosity of the oil, whether it's lard, pig fat, or olive oil. And so the lower viscosity penetrates all the whatever little pores that have been sort of opened up from cleaning. And then as it cools, the viscosity gets lower and it thickens, and it's like the perfect non-stick pan. And because the cast iron has so much mass, it's like the best way to cook. You throw a steak on there when it's hot, you get a good sear. Whereas if you use like a thin aluminum or copper pan, when you throw a steak on there, the pan itself cools down from the steak and you don't get that good sear. So the cast iron is the only way to go. And if it missed any spots, see how I can run around like that. And that's it. That pan's ready to go for dinner tonight and breakfast tomorrow.